Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T95, the Doom Turtle. It's a Tier 9 American tank destroyer located on the north spawn of Malinovka. This one's under the command of Andromedaa. Game on. Now something rather unusual happens in this battle, and it's a two battle replay. So first you'll get the absurd and then you'll get a decent game. He's moving to the back of the map because obviously he wants to get closer to the river side, and the only way you can do that is to actually go to the back, because if you don't, if you just try to cut across, you're going to get shot in the side by just about everybody who can spot you using their scout, because they've obviously got a scout in the bush. If they haven't, then they're an idiot. And the first enemy's been spotted. It's a Type 4 heavy. From this position he can't get a shot. We've noticed a CS59 though down at our counterpart position on the south side, and oh, it's going up without using the bushes first. Okay. It fires a blind shot in. That one didn't hit anything because it kicked up the dirt at the end. Sure, telltale sign that it's hit something is if there's nothing kicked up. Doesn't guarantee you've done damage though, because obviously if it hits the tracks of the object it'll do the same. But oh, there's the CS59. He's going for the top. No, that one hit the ground. The shell obviously deviated, and our M46 pattern has decided to go balls deep. And most of the ladies who are watching will know what I mean. Most of the men know as well. Oh, he's gone shallow. He's into the water. Did he go too far? Or is he going to drown? He's drowned. Oh dear. I think he went into the water a little too soon to protect himself from the CS59. And that's going to be the theme of the day, I'm afraid. Yes. Players deciding to, well, go swimming in the deep end. We can't see the CS59 at the moment, but we can see a Type 4 heavy across the way. A little bit lower, that's it. It's coming up to the edge of that. There he is. Well, it was actually our T62A who got the kill shot there. I think Andromeda was just a fraction of a second too late. At least if any enemy decides to come this way, they're going to get a nice reception, because we've got a tortoise for company now. Enemy Manticore was probably in that bush. He's pulling back from the bush now, but I reckon he's in the bush. And well, Andromeda takes a snapshot in that direction, trying to get him, and just misses him. The enemy CS59 popped out for a look to see if he could get a shot as well. Nope. 14.41 seconds is the reload. Now, as many of you know, the T28 and the T95 are basically the same tank. Of course, it was called different things at different stages in its development, and it ended up being called the T95 in the end. But Wargaming decided to put the T28, which is the version of this tank, well, it's the version of the tank as it was without its second set of tracks, but of course it's the same tank, so it's just when it was called the T28, and they've now put that version into the game as well. Now he's asking for help, but we can see the tortoise and the T62A have decided to do exactly the same as our other teammate did, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go into the water as well. Well, it looks like one of them's dropped in, the T62A. Is he going to drown? Well, nice shot into the CS59. We were spotted. The T62A managed to get out of that that deep bit, and he's coming to the shallow bits, but now he's stuck in that corner And now he's fallen off the edge, which means he is going to drown. Yeah, the CS59 pushed him off into the water. And I'm pretty sure he's going to die now. Yes. And it counts as a drowning because CS59 pushed him in. So CS59 gets another kill. And another ally has drowned himself, the EBR90. I think that's more out of the fact that he's seen so many of his teammates die, he's decided to give up the game and he's going on to a new one. So he's deliberately driven into the water. Okay, E100, nice shot right into the side, 687. I forgot to mention the damage. It's 750 alpha from this 155mm gun. Penetrates 320 with the premium rounds, and that's what Andromeda's loaded at the moment. And he can go through only 276mm with the standard rounds. Oh, took a round from the Arty there. I'm afraid the Doom Turtle is not exactly fast. 20 kilometers now, its maximum speed forwards and 10 back. It's going to hit that E100. Just punched it straight through the side of the turret. But he's about to be hit again by another Arty round. He's trying to get another shot on the E100. Now he can do it. Side of the turret. Yep, nice, good. He's all alone now. All of his team have gone. And we'll see at the end how many people, when we do the results, how many people actually drowned in this game. Well, he's now immobilized, and yes, the kill shot comes in from the Conqueror gun carriage. So that battle wasn't very good. Let's have a look at the second one. Okay, here we are at the start of the second game, and we're on the south spawn of Pilsen, and hopefully this battle will be slightly better. Oh, we've got no engine noises. Yes, Wargaming still hasn't fixed that problem. Seems that half of our replays you get no engine noises and half of them you do. And there's no rhyme or reason why it should happen, because as you heard in the last replay, we could hear the engines no problem at all, but in this one, just not working. And it's not the mods. It's definitely not the mods. We've tried it on clients without any mods whatsoever. It just doesn't work, so there you go. Wargaming, you've screwed up again. Well, Andromeda is making straight to the main big factory, and I suspect he's going to then advance through the factory and try and get at the enemy whilst his teammates are going over to the usual places in the small factories over on the west side. Just nudge the door open. Yep, okay. Now, you just got to keep his eye open just in case somebody pokes the other door. Or pokes the other doors, I should say. Because there's two ahead of him. He's probably going to get spotted by somebody in the coal pits any second. And it's either them or it's the tank destroyers. And I think it's probably the tank destroyers. And I would think at this moment the enemy is starting to get a bit worried. Because when a T95 gets this close to the other end, he can start causing havoc in the enemy rear. He doesn't have to go through this door. He could have actually gone straight sideways at this point to the west. But he is going to punch through the door, and first target's an Emil. Couldn't get a clean shot there. Something was in the way, and I think it was one of those posts. But this time round, he should be able to get a shot. I'm not sure what he did there. I think it looks like he threw the shot, and he's received 2 rounds into the tracks. Now luckily, the enemy tank destroyers over on that hill are not attempting to shoot him in the side. He's actually spotted a Wizzy 111 now, and he has to address these guys because that GSOR can really do bad to him, and well, fluff that shot as well. So all he can do now is back himself up against this wall. But turning sideways like this gives a clean shot to the Wizzy 111, but he's got to wait until those 4 shots from the GSOR are finished. And I think he's blown all shots now, so... Okay, so he's fixed his tracks. And now he's going to go after the Emil, and now he's going to start receiving Arty shells. because the Arty knows he's here, but the Arty just died. And I think he got the spotting off that one as well. Okay, he's just going to come around the corner. The Emil is in reload, obviously. And he's being shoved in. This is an execution. Nice kill. Well, it's like putting a bullet to the back of the neck, really. And who's turning up round here? Oh, it's the GSOR. He's just reloaded. And then he's come back for 4 more. But this time round, it's not so good for him. Because he's just got a huge shell right up his rear. And despite the fact that he fired his last 2 shells in, he got nothing for them. In fact, nothing for all 3 shells. Or all 4 shells. He's now going to try and auto-aim on to these guys. He tried a snapshot. It didn't work. He didn't get that one in. But he's got a whole bunch of targets here now. Just wait for the reload to go through and just pick a target and blast it to hell. Yeah, oh, didn't get that one. Critical damage on the T96 E5. Or E4, I should say. He took a round in the tracks as well. And the E4 is pretty badly damaged as well. Okay, he's trying to get himself sorted out. Easily takes out the AE phase 1. But he did have his rear to us. Here comes the GSOR. Haven't we seen you before somewhere else? Yes. And he fires, well, ouch. All 4 rounds made contact and penned, but he did load APCR this time. Hello, Mr. GSOR. Goodbye. I don't think that was really a fair exchange, though, because the GSOR managed to get, well, just shy of, well, 1,300 hit points, I think it is. Okay, Batchat 25 TAP just behind the wagon. Don't think you're going to get a good shot from this point, so what have we got round here? Oh, we've got Noobs. Now he fires a round into us, but he takes a round for 810, which is the high roll. Udes knows we're on reload now, and he's going to do his best to get a shot into a weak spot, but he's not going to get a weak spot. In fact, actually, from now on in, he has to run, because if he doesn't run... But Andromeda didn't follow him around the corner because he knew he'd face his rear to the T26 Batchat 25 TAP, but instead he actually takes him around from the Udes. So he's out the game, but he did get a considerable amount of damage. 3,000 at least, blocked 3,000 and 1,300 of assist. Now the game is still continuing. Hopefully he will switch to somebody else so we can follow what's actually going on in the battle. Either that or I'll switch to free cam. And we'll see what's going on ourselves. Well, we can see the Udes is lining up a shot on some of our teammates at this moment. But it didn't work out too well for him. The T95A finished him off. Okay, well, shall we make a quick deviation? Over here on the other side of the battlefield, in the factory, the Udes is trying to attack the guys who are coming in from the corner. Sorry about my camera work, I'm not very good with the free camera. Well, he's taking fire from the north now. That's another big hit, and he's out the game. And that just leaves the Leopard prototype. And there's one more, the Batchat 25 TAP. Well, we know where he is. Or where he was last seen, so we'll pop over there with this IS-3. Oh, he's gone. He drowned himself, just like in the other game. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. Here's the end of battle results to the first battle, and 5 tanks drowned themselves during that game. The 212A, the T62A, and I think that was more of a drowned by the enemy. The CGC, the Conqueror gun carriage on our team, and of course the M46 who made a big error. And of course the EBR who deliberately drove into the water and drowned as well. So a lot of team players decided that the battle wasn't worth following anymore, and they decided to duck out into another game. Andromeda managed to get a fire for effect, but I'm afraid that's all he did from the game, so he did more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. and his win rate from the game was 1,782, but he was the last one alive, and there was no way he could stay alive under the circumstances. You can also see he did the most damage on his team with 2,907, but the highest damage in the game actually went to the Centurion Action 10, who got a Confederate for 3,202 hit points. And then we've got Andromeda with 2,907. And the third highest damage was the E100 that he managed to finish off with 2,745. I think he got that one, didn't he? No, he actually got the CS59. He didn't kill the E100. Okay, if we look at the... Actually, we didn't check the base XP or the kills. There was only 3 kills in the entire game on this side. I'm afraid Andromeda didn't get anything at all. But when it came to base XP, he was third on his team, the highest being the Conqueror gun carriage. The T92 managed, the A phase 1 managed 292, and then we've got Andromeda 266. The high scorers were the Centurion Action 10, their Manticore, and their M53, M55. If we look at base XP, well, we've done that, haven't we? Yes. Why am I going over these things all over again? Actually, let's have a look at the people who actually drowned themselves and why they did it. Well, not sure why the Conqueror gun carriage drowned himself, because he fired 9 shots. He got a reasonable amount of damage, fairly good stats. I guess this guy just didn't want to fight at the end and decided it was better to deprive the enemy of their any further hit points and decided to drown himself, which I think is bad sportsmanship. So bad news for you. The other ones who drowned themselves were the 212A, again, nobody that we've heard of before, Meldorn 295, and he had a very good game as well. 8 shots, so that 1 direct hit, no penetrations, but 8 splash, and a reasonable amount of damage. So I'm not sure why you drowned yourself either. And the other ones, well, we know the T62A was drowned by the CS59. We know that the Patton was dropped into the water too soon. And I suppose the other person who actually drowned themselves, I'm not sure if it was this one who actually drowned. There was 2 Conqueror gun carriages on our team. Yes, that's the one that drowned. This was the one that was killed. So I was unfair to the other Conqueror gun carriage, but this guy drowned himself. Only 7 shots fired, 1 direct hit, no penetrations and 4 splash. Only 709 hit points. So this is the guy I think you ought to complain about. This is the sort of person who gets other Arty a bad reputation by drowning himself when there's no need. But also this person, because Lionheart managed to drown himself in his EBR90. Now I thought these things would just keep going no matter what until eventually somebody got around to shooting at them and killing them. But no, this guy was such a coward, he decided to dive into the lake and kill himself that way. So not a very good battle, and very disappointing that so many players decided to end their game prematurely. You can see that Andromeda managed to get 9 shots on the enemy, 4 direct hits, 4 penetrations and 2,907 hit points of damage. He received 5 hits, 3 penetrations, 2 non-penetrations and 3 hits by way of splash damage, and he blocked damage of 780 hit points in total. Spotted or damaged 2 enemy vehicles, but no others, no kills. And on a premium count, he earned 34,832 credits, got 15,000 reward for completing a mission, total of 49,832, but after the ammunition resupply, and he did fire premium ammo, he ended up with loss of 10,489 credits, at least I think that's 489. Is it? Oh, it's 99, sorry. My eyesight is getting very difficult at this stage. 399 base XP and no multipliers. In fact, it's not base actually, that's the premium XP. So not a very good game in the first one. Very disappointing, but I think it highlights that there are a lot of people out there who drown themselves deliberately, specifically the 212A, the CGC and the EBR. The other two, I think you can count that those two actually were drowned by the enemy. The M46 by a bad decision, the T62 by being deliberately shoved off the shelf by the CS59. So let's have a look at the results for the second battle, and in that one he did much better. The Batchat 25 ton AP did drown himself at the end, and we will check his real name. But Andromeda managed to get a second-class tanker in this game, a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. He also managed to get a cool-headed because he survived numerous rounds from the enemy, ricochets or non-penetrations in a row. But I'm afraid it was that GSOR who came back for another go. At this time round, he was loaded up with APCR and the shells did pen, and he lost over, well, nearly 1,300 hit points from that magazine alone. His win rate was 3,834, which is quite reasonable for this game. Unfortunately, he did die, but most of the people at the top of the table, you can see, died out of that one. And there was a fair number left on our team. So, where is that pesky Batchat? There he is. And it comes up as Majpig. Majpig? Oh, Majog. Majog is his name, yeah. 46,707 battles, and he goes and drowns himself at the end because he doesn't want to face the horde of enemy. If it was me, I would be trying to squeeze every hit point I could out of them, even to the point of ramming them to get something else out of them, even if it meant that I died in the process. You never give up, you never surrender, you keep fighting all the way, and anyone who deliberately drowns themselves or ends their game prematurely is an idiot, because really basically they are not playing the game properly and they should be penalised by wargaming if they do, certainly. But I think really that wargaming ought to have somebody who actually adjudicates on instances of drowning. So if somebody is reported as having drowned prematurely or killed themselves deliberately by placing their gun against the wall and firing, wargaming ought to adjudicate on that and penalise them all the credits they would have earned from the battle and the XP, and either give it out to the other people or fine them a certain amount of gold for doing it. You've got to give people an incentive not to drown themselves, and normally that would be to actually say to them, look, if you're going to drown yourself, then we reserve the right to actually remove some of your gold. So yes, 2 battles where the enemy drowned themselves, but if we look at the end results for this battle, we can see that Andromeda fired 10 rounds in this one, got 8 direct hits, 6 pen, 3,143 hit points all at close range, 21 hits received from the enemy, only 6 actually penetrated, 15 non-penetrations, and 3,480 hit points of damage blocked. I suspect that if he'd actually managed to survive the battle, he would have ended up with a steel wall. He damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 3, and he got 1,345 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 39,865 credits, but yet again he did use some premium ammo. 1,675 XP, times 4 for the first victory, 3,352 for mission completion, took away 10,054 experience points altogether. So there you have it, 2 battles in the T95, and in both cases people drown. And it's not on, it really is not on, especially when it is Arty, because we then take the blame that all of us are scumbags because we all drown ourselves rather than fight the enemy. We don't. What Arty Noobs players fight to the bitter end. We go down fighting, but we'd rather win, but we'll go down fighting if necessary because we want the extra hit points because it means credits, and that's what we're after. So there you have it. Don't call What Arty Noobs players scumbags, because we're not. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.